If you can give me the next 10 minutes of your time, then I can show you exactly how you can book 30 to 60 appointments within the next 45 days for your business completely on autopilot. I'm not talking about ads. I'm not talking about cold calls. I'm not talking about VAs, manual DMs, or any of that shit. I'm talking about complete automation. And I'm going to show you exactly how you can do just that. So I sent 100,000 cold DMs on Instagram and Facebook, and what I've learned is success depends upon only two things. There is volume and there is credibility. If you can reach to a lot of people, and I don't mean by a lot of people, I don't mean like 50, 100 people in a day. I mean 500,000 people in a day. If you can reach to a lot of people, and if you can show them, if you can show the credibility, if you can show them that they can trust you, if you can show them that you are someone that can actually get them to where they want to get to, then you're gonna make a lot of money. You're gonna be booking a lot of calls. So how can you actually leverage both of these things, and how can you actually send these automation messages? I'm gonna show you the exact process that we are currently using in order to book like 7 to 10 calls every single week, even for our clients, even for ourselves. I'm gonna show you all of the results. So let's get right into it. First of all, I'm gonna talk about credibility. How can you actually build the credibility? How can you actually show people that they can trust you? How can you actually show them that your offer is actually different than other people? How can you show them that you're someone that is different from other people? So there are only two things. One is openers, second is profile and posts. First is let's talk about openers. There is two different types of openers that people usually send to other people whenever they are messaging. One is like very vague, very uninterested type of thing, very unclear. Hey, I can get you more clients. I don't say this doesn't work. This doesn't work most of the time because it's very, very vague. It's very uninterested. It's very unclear. Then there is second thing, which is, hey, what's name? I can get you X number of appointments within the next 30 days for your X business. Open to chat. There is a call to action. There is clarity on what exactly I'm going to get you. And there is a very clear call to action. There is everything is given perfectly, so the person understand that okay, this is what I'm gonna get in this much time, and in this business. So this is more clear, and you're most likely to respond to this type of message rather than this type of message. Now you can add more humor, you can make it more better to reach to a lot of people, which also I recommend to add humor to make your openers sound different, right? So don't use these type of openers, use these type of openers. And then there is profiles and posts. This is like very, very necessary, because anyone who's thinking of sending mass number of DMs, he thinks that okay, I just need to create profiles, I just need to start sending messages. Now there are two different types of profiles that whenever anyone is reaching out to someone, there are two different types of profiles. One is profiles like this. I'm sure that you've probably received that by like Instagram scammers and all of that. Whenever you see messages like this, and then you see that that person is also trying to sell you something, you know that this is just like a fraud thing. Most people see it exactly like that, and they're not going to respond to you. And then there are pages like this. This is one of my clients' profile. As you can see, there is lifestyle, and if you go to his business page, there is a lot of results. So you can see the results, you can see the lifestyle, you can see the person, and now we also have the content uploaded. So anyone who comes to the profile, he can see that this is actually a person, and this is just a fraud. Most people are not going to respond to this because they just don't know whom they're talking to. It's just completely it's just completely like they're talking to someone without even seeing them. And people actually want to speak to people and not robots. So you got to show yourself as a human. You got to build your profiles like this so that people can trust you, people can know who are you exactly. So this is, if you can only take care of these two things, you can completely fill up the credibility thing. There is so much more on YouTube showing about all these other shit, but it doesn't matter. As long as you can take care of two things. One is writing better openers, more clear, more, not vague, more clear. And as long as people are seeing it, as long as people are responding it, that's all that matters. And as long as you have profiles like this, where you actually show yourself as a human, where you actually show yourself as the expert, where you're showing that you can actually get results to people and not just make fake promises, you are going to be filling up the credibility part without any issues. So that is credibility. Now I'm going to talk about how exactly can you take care of volume. Most important thing, because before we had like 3 to four accounts for ourselves, and still we were booking a lot of calls, but we knew that the business had the potential to book a lot more calls than it's currently booking. And we weren't doing that because we were trying to fix the opener, we were trying to fix the audience, but we weren't just understanding that we just need to reach to more people. There are different types of audiences, but there are some audiences that is just completely burnt with not getting results, being scammed, and all of these things. People are just too much resistive towards services, towards any type of any towards anyone that's trying to sell them something. They're just too much resistive towards it. Now either you can just keep pounding on these people trying to get them to a call, or you can just reach to the people that are already desperate and they just need someone that can help them, right? And you cannot do that if you're only sending 50 to 100 messages in a day. You just cannot do that. So you need more volume, you need to scale it up, you need to at least go to like 500 to 1000 messages a day. And I'm going to show you exactly how you can do that. I'm going to show you what are the tools we actually use to send 500 to 1000 messages in a day. So first of all, you need to understand that if you're reaching to 1000 people in a day or 500 people in a day, you need a lot of leads, and you cannot go through every single lead by yourself. It's just too much time taking. It's just a waste of time, right? You have to make sure that you're having unlimited lead. You just need so much leads that first you can just put it into software and you can just keep it running, and then you can just wait for a response, right? So there is parser.im, the software that we use, and I think in the last week or so, we scraped about 135,000 leads just from parser.im. This tool is so insane because it lets you to scrape people's followers or scrape people's profiles through hashtags. Now, let's say, for example, if you want to find clothing brands or the Instagram pages of clothing brands, because you're going to be messaging them on Instagram. So if you want to find profiles of people that are running a clothing brand, you will probably use hashtag of clothing brand or clothing or brand, anything like that, where you get most of the people that are clothing brand. Now, in order to take it a little more further, and in order to make sure that most of the leads that you get are good leads, you can just put a filter that software, you only need to give me the leads that have the followers from 5,000 to 50,000. Anyone who has less than 5,000 followers, they're just unqualified. They probably don't have money. And anyone who has more than 50,000 followers and is also verified, it's just they just have too much money. They don't give a fuck, right? So you need to find profiles like this, and you can do that through parser.im. You can either scrape people's followers and then just give the filter of that, or you can scrape through hashtags. It's very, very easy. And yeah, like I said, you need a lot of leads because you're going to be sending a lot of messages. It just makes sense for you to like need a lot of leads. Now, if you take care of leads, the next thing is very, very necessary. This is about accounts. Now, as a business owner, you don't want to manage all of the accounts yourself. All of the messages will still be going through automation, but why would you just sit there every single day just making sure that, oh, whenever the response comes, I'm gonna go and personally speak to them and get them booked in? You need to have a VA because this is so much leverage, because once you put everything in automation, you don't want to sit there and just wait for responses. You can just hire someone to do that for very cheap, and then you can get the work done, right? Anyone, let's say, for example, if you're sending 400 DMs in a day and you're getting like 5, 6, 7 people interested, which is quite unrealistic, but it's possible. 5, 6, 7 people interested in a day. This VA, all he's gonna do is he's just gonna go to the person. He's gonna speak to him, and he's gonna get him booked in your calendar. So you need to have 10 different accounts, which is quite necessary because that is when you can actually play the game of volume. If you're sending just 30, 40, 50 or 100 messages, it's just not enough, right? And I'm talking about the limitations of Instagram. From one account you can only send about 40 messages in a day. If you go for more than that, you're just getting in that suspicion zone of Instagram, and you're probably going to get banned very, very soon. So all of the accounts are going to be connected to different proxies. Proxies is very important because it helps you to change the IP address of every single account. Now, if you have 10 accounts and all of the accounts are in the exact same place sending 400 messages in a day, Instagram can suspect that and it's gonna ban all of the accounts. So proxies is just gonna like change the IP addresses of all of the accounts. Now you know that you need proxies in order to change the IP addresses. You need accounts that are looking like this, and you need to have at least 10 of these accounts so that you have a lot of volume. You have the proxies, but how are you going to connect these proxies to the actual profiles, to the actual Instagram profiles? You can do that through using an anti-detection software, what we call it. It just does the work of connecting all of the proxies to a Chrome profile, and then it's just gonna, yeah, it's gonna keep your account safe. It's gonna manage everything in one place, so that ever if you want to just go ahead and check all of the accounts, how is it working, what type of messages are we sending, you can just go to one of these softwares, hide my account or Incognition, in order to, these are the softwares that you can use in order to manage all of this. So you can check, browse, and use one of them in order to manage all of the accounts. Let's say you just go to hide my account, you just go to the profile that you want to see, and yeah, it's going to open the Chrome profile and you can use it, which is very, very simple. You have hide my account, you have proxies, and you have accounts, and you're using hide my account to in order to connect these proxies to the accounts, and you're managing all of it in one place. Now you have leads, you have accounts, but how are you going to send the messages? It's through the messaging software, which is called as colddms.com. It's not my software, but this is by far the best software that I have used in order to send the cold DMs, because it doesn't like copy paste any of the messages, which is very, very suspicious in the eyes of the Meta AI. So it just types the messages, it does the follow up. It's the perfect tool if you want to actually like see real results with cold DMs. It's a bit expensive, but it's worth it. So yeah, you can you can, this, if you're using this software, you are probably like going to get away from most of the restrictions and risking your account. So now you know the software from which you're sending the messages, you have the leads from parser.im, you have the anti-detection software, hide my account in Cognition, you have the accounts, you have the VA who is managing all of the accounts and who's making sure that whenever a response is coming, you're just taking care of the, he's just taking care of the response and he's booking the call. You have good openers that you're sending messages to, and you have good profiles. So you have probably taken care of everything. Everything is going on itself. The VA is taking care of everything. You're getting more and more calls booked in. Think about like this, right? 400 messages in a day is 4,000 messages in 10 days, and in 30 days it's 12,000 messages. So if you're reaching to 12,000 messages with profiles like this, openers like this, with softwares like this, it's impossible for you to not book calls. And 30 is such a small number when you're actually reaching out to 12,000 users every single month. So this is it. I mean, once you have everything set up, you're gonna get calls booked in like crazy. You're gonna get so many people getting interested in your offer. And it's not just about the words, it's about the results as well. As you can see, one of my results right here, there is my currently 53 calls booked in with 0 no-shows, all completely through outbound, completely on autopilot. There is Romeo who made a $1,200 sale in just 3 days of running the campaign. There are all these calls booked in. As you can see, all of this is yeah, it was all in one single month. As you can see, it was just November. Now I have so much more, but yeah, it would just be so much if I put in this. You can see it's already too much, so the video would become too much. But as you can see, there is always also conversations here. There is opener and there is response, opener, response, opener, response, and all of these are positive responses, people saying, yeah, sure, tell me how this works, I would like to know more details. Now when you have people like this in your DM saying, hey Jake, hey John, tell me how this works, it's so easy to get them on a call because they're already interested, they're already a warm lead, right? You can see that people are also giving their numbers saying, just call me and tell me how this works. And it's just very, very easy to get people booked in. As you can see, all of these are just results. So there is so much results. And there is also calls, 2 calls booked in just in the start of the day. There is also, this method is going stupid, just book 2 of them and the other one didn't have a valid number. Let's fucking go to today, 5 calls. So 5 calls booking in a single day. So all of this is through this exact same system. It's so absolutely insane because you're just taking care of everything. You're taking care of the messages, you're taking care of the profiles, you're taking care of the credibility, volume, you're taking care of everything. It's basically impossible for you to not book calls. This is the whole system. If you like this video, then make sure to like the video, and if you need any help from me, then you can always reach out to me on Instagram. The link is in the description.